Yep. All right.
Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, LiLi. Welcome, everybody.
Sawadika.
Sawadee Krap. This is Relax Time Radio. This is going to be our last time from home, right? We think
Yes.
for a while, hopefully. So next week we can be back in the studio.
Yeah.
That's what we hear. That's great.
Fun.
So this is Relax Time Radio's Jazz, Blues and Soul Show on Sunday, broadcasting here on Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai. And what are we going to be talking about today, LiLi?
Oh, fun stuff again.
All right.
Yeah, collective nouns for fun ones or funny ones. Also quite funny actually. So
yeah, some of them are fantastic. I've loved these collective nouns for ages, and I have a friend that sort of is a bit obsessed by them, and he keeps bringing them up.
Yeah. I remember once going back with a couple of people from a music venue in the afternoon, and there's just a group of us some of whom were teachers and all that, people who like language, and we just started playing this game. Everybody started guessing, something, saying collective nouns, and it was fun. And things I didn't know, and I had to, see. It would be good fun to share some.
Okay, so we also have some requests, right?
4 requests. Let me see. One from John in Byron Bay. I don't have the, okay. And then 3 more, one from Wayne in Chiang Mai. And another one from Jia in Singapore.
Okay.
One more from Noi in Koh Lanta. Yeah, a range of different songs.
Yeah. Ali Farka Toure, is that from John in Byron Bay?
Yeah, that's the first one. Sorry, I was just trying to find the name. Yeah, that's the first one. And then from Noi in Koh Lanta, Noora Noor, Forget What I Said.
Okay.
And Pink Floyd for Wayne in Chiang Mai, Grantchester Meadows. And for Jia, my longtime friend in Singapore, Goodbye, Simply Red.
Okay, perfect. So those requests coming up and lots more music. Other than that, LiLi and I are just going to be talking about collective nouns for animals. Fun stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, well, you go first, LiLi. What did you? What caught your eye the most?
Well, behind me, penguins again, and a waddle of penguins. When penguins walk on land, when a group of penguins are on land, they are called a waddles, which is perfect because they do so much, when they walk. So I find that very and heartwarming.
That one's not surprising, and it fits them perfectly. Some are harder to guess, and some, like I was reading about this, and apparently some of these names for the collective nouns for animals are sort of archaic, and people don't use them so much. Others, obviously, get used all the time. I think like a common one would be, like a pack of dogs or something like that, or a litter of puppies.
Yeah.
Those are not archaic. We use them all the time, but there are some that are quite archaic.
Like what? Can you name
like for example, a murder of crows. So one collective noun for a murder of crows, and there's some history to this. Let me just see where it is. Yeah, the history is in the 15th century Europe, I believe, crows were considered to be omens of death and messengers from the devil. So that's where it comes from. And this is one that's considered to be archaic in the sense that it's not commonly used, but it definitely it's there.
What about a parliament of owls? Is that archaic, or is just I never heard of it until I had to Google collective nouns. A parliament of owls.
Well, I know there's that famous book called The Parliament of the Birds, which is by Hafiz, I think. So a parliament of that doesn't surprise me, but just because I know of that book. But yeah, owls have this reputation for being wise, right? So that's not so.
Yes, that's the reason. yeah, so in Greek mythology, the owl was also seen to accompany or represent Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And you know, they've always known to be this Noun, right? In Thai. Noun
is
owl.
Nokhu. Yeah. It's one of the letters. One of the letters has the name Nokhu, Ha Nokhu. Yeah. I like that.
So, yeah, it's cute.
It's cute.
Okay, one more. Let's have more.
Okay. Well, can you guess what the collective noun for tigers is?
A pride of tigers?
No, that's lions. No, the collective noun for tigers is an ambush of tigers.
I love it. That's just great. Somebody's been ambushed by an ambush of tigers. Okay. What about a tower of giraffes, which is pretty obvious, I think. A tower of giraffes.
Yeah, giraffes have a couple, actually, I think, more than one, but that's the one that's, I had a different site that told me there's another one.
Okay.
Yeah, but a tower of giraffes, yeah, that's great. That's perfect, fits them perfectly. Can you guess? Well, okay, so elephants have like a common sort of collective noun, which is like a herd of elephants, but there's another one, which is maybe, which is a recognized term and suits them in some particular way.
Elephants, I only know of a herd.
A memory of elephants.
Oh, who came up with that?
Don't know. I mean, they're
amazing though.
They're famous for having good memories, but that's a slightly strange one. Yeah, that's a slightly strange one.
Yeah, I think it's more, poetic. Let's say, it's like, a murder of crows for me, it would be so great in a Stephen King style type crime novel,
Yeah.
And the memory of elephants is conjures something romantic though for me, very poetic. But what I love ladybugs. I think there's a few also for ladybugs, but there's one that I really, really like. It's loveliness of ladybugs.
What, sorry?
Loveliness.
Loveliness.
Another poetic loveliness.
That's nice.
Yeah. Let me find the other names. They have others. Say for ladybugs.
Okay. What do you know? Ladybugs. What do you know about? Are you looking up some? What do you know about ferrets? We have ferrets in England. I don't know. Do you know anything about ferrets?
Well, I know they're skinny and ugly.
They're not super ugly, but there's like they're ferocious. That's for sure. They're skinny and pretty ferocious. So
a ferocity of.
Well, that would be a good one. I agree. That would be a good one. Maybe for wolverines as well. But no, the collective noun for ferrets is a business of ferrets.
Oh, are they all very business-like?
Well,
standing around having meetings.
I think it's because they're so active. But then actually, I wonder what rats would be then, because rats are pretty.
I'm going to search for rats.
I tell you what it should be. It should be a scurry. It should be a scurry of rats. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because they're always scurrying. Yeah. Well, that sounds nice. I think what I love about all these collective nouns are because of the images it conjures of, and the things that we associate with these animals. Okay, so rat scurry. Okay.
No, it's not. That's just what I would like to call them.
That's yours. Okay.
That's mine. The actual names, collective nouns for rats. Well, there's a few. A colony of rats, a pack of rats, a plague of rats.
A plague of rats.
That's a pretty good. That's makes sense. Yeah, historically.
What about, do fish? Okay. What about fish? Fish have collective nouns.
Yeah, some definitely do.
Stingrays have something really, and I think I've lost
Stingrays.
the page.
I don't
they
have it
one
on my page.
For there. I've seen it before. Wait, hang on. I need to use my phone. My computer is a bit slow today. Stingray. I'm sure I've come with berry. Was it a berry?
Oh no. A bevy of. I found it. Stingrays.
What did you find?
What
is it?
It's a fever. A fever of stingrays.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, fever of stingrays. I'm not sure why. Let me see. Is there a reason why?
Let me see why. Well, the reason it gives is just it doesn't sound like anything. It just says swimming with a fever of. No, it's just none. It doesn't really give an explanation. I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay, here's a beautiful one. Do you know what the collective noun for flamingos is?
I used to know. Oh God, I give up. I forgot. My memory is bad now.
A flamboyance of flamingos.
Yes. See them, the legs and the wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Hippos, do you know? I like hippos. They're cute. A group of hippos. What are they called?
A group of what?
Hippo.
Hippos. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do know this one.
They're big.
Yeah, it's a
They're
good one.
They're big and they float.
I actually do know.
Okay.
It's a bloat.
A bloat. Yeah. Yeah, you see a bloat of heat in the river floating along. Oh my gosh.
Oh, guess what? I've just learned that scurry is the collective noun for an animal, but it's not rats, it's for squirrels.
Oh yeah, makes a lot
more a scurry of squirrels.
I think. Yeah, we are always saying, we see squirrels scurrying around. So I guess, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
Okay, what else? What about bees? I guess no, a swarm. Eagles.
What is
a convocation? A convocation of eagles. Convocation. Let me see.
That's cool.
I want to find a reason why they say that. Do they convocate all the time? Convocate.
Well, it's similar because that's similar to the one for owls, isn't it? Like what was the one for owls again? Yeah, because it's a sort of like a convocation is a sort of gathering for education. A gathering for learning.
Yeah. So eagles are also known to be wise and
intelligent, I guess, right?
Yeah, wise a group. Okay, I have.
Okay. So what's the one for it's very common. It's always on the news because they're showing that they often show the video of it on the news, or you can find dozens of YouTube videos of it. But so starlings, the collective noun for a group of starlings. What is it? And it's also the name for what they do.
What do they do? Sing? Starlings. I know I've come across that. Oh, my memory is getting bad. Oh, this is terrible. Starlings. I give up.
It's a murmuration. A murmuration of starlings.
Oh gosh.
You know that thing where they all like thousands and thousands of them fly in sort of like formations.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. What about whales? I mean, a pod of whales.
There's a load of different ones for whales. Actually, pod is the most famous one. Gam, I don't even know what gam is. School, yeah. A school of fish. A school of fish is.
A school of fish, right. Yeah. Oh, sorry, keep jumping animals. Turkeys. I just saw a gang of turkeys.
A what? A gang?
A gang, yeah.
A gang, oh.
I don't know the reason why or order of turkeys. I was thinking a gaggle could describe turkeys too, but then they actually describe geese better. A gaggle of geese.
So here, monkeys are a funny one. Do you know what? I think there's more than one collective noun for monkeys, but can you, do you know any of the?
A troop of monkeys?
That's one, yeah. That's the most, I think that's the most common one. But the other one's
common one, yeah.
The other one's quite funny. A barrel of monkeys.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know, but
I wonder why.
Well, I just remember the scene in one of those like Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark films where the monkeys like in a barrel. I don't know. I think it's just like monkeys are so mischievous, and imagine you open a barrel and a load of monkeys fall. It would be a lot of trouble.
Like jumping jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, but the barrel. I think barrel has another name, another meaning as well. As it doesn't have like a meaning as a verb. Let me look it up.
Barrel, I mean to roll.
Okay, no, I found it.
Down,
yeah,
like barrel down.
So the verb barrel means to move at high speed without hesitation. So monkeys are fast, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that must be where it comes from. It mustn't be related to the barrel actual the noun. It must be the barrel of the verb. So maybe that's where it comes from.
Speaking of monkeys, did you read the news item about monkeys in Lopburi not having enough food and coming out of the jungly areas to the city, and you see pictures of them all over town looking for food.
I did see that. Well, because they're often in town, but apparently, because they don't have enough food, they've become like more aggressive. Because normally there's tourists to feed them, so now they don't have as much food in the city. They're sort of, they're trying to steal food off people carrying their shopping home.
You think it's like of people for feeding monkeys, things that they wouldn't normally eat in the jungle, I guess. So we're feeding them so-called human food.
Yeah.
Well, not really bananas and all they eat, but what I mean is like they used to forage for their own food, but then we've domesticated them in a way that use them for tourism and them.
I saw a crazy video the other day of a monkey. I'm not sure what kind of monkey it was, but it was a monkey sort of peeling a banana for itself, and it had a baby with it. Have you seen this video? And what I couldn't believe was the monkey peeled the skin of the banana back, and then very slowly, those stringy bits that are on bananas, right?
Yeah.
It took all of those off incredibly carefully, and people were just like laughing themselves to death over this video because, people don't like those stringy bits too. But this monkey was removing those stringy bits absolutely perfectly, and that its sort of control, its dexterity with its hands was actually beyond human dexterity almost. It was really, really impressive.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. Maybe I should see it. We got another song request for Elle Barton in Sydney. This Masquerade, cool. Benson.
Oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll definitely play that.
Oh, next. What about pigs?
Pigs. Go on, tell me.
A drove of pigs for younger pigs, but for older pigs you can say a team of pigs or a sounder of pigs for older pigs.
Right.
Sounder.
Yeah, those.
How about porcupines? That would be quite obvious.
Yeah.
Porcupines.
Well, I can see it. Sorry, so I can't give you a proper guess.
A prickle, right? A prickle. Yeah, that's cute. That's cool.
Okay, how about zebras? This is a cool one.
I know there's a dazzle.
Yeah. And what's interesting what's interesting about that is that this term, let's just see. So this term, I don't know the origin of it. The page I'm looking doesn't give it. But what I do know is that recently it was discovered why zebras have their stripes, and it's because the pattern confuses predators that are pursuing them.
Okay.
So
That makes
So that's
sense.
actually perfect because so they really do dazzle their predators.
Well, according to the BBC new article, there's a BBC article on some collective nouns. They say zoologists, zebras use their stripes as the camouflage, like you just said, as when they're together in big group to confuse predators, which is what you just said.
Yeah, right.
So when they're standing together, it makes it harder to pick out individual zebras. So
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure why is it dazzling. Maybe it looks dazzling. They look dazzling together.
They do look dazzling. They're a very cool animal.
I love them. I think we don't know enough about them, do we? We don't know enough of them.
Okay, here's one that dates back to 15th century England. Do you know, again, I don't know actually how widespread around the world these birds are, but do you know larks? I can't know.
Larks, yeah. I know of them. Yeah.
Can you guess what, well, you'd never guess, I don't think. No one would guess. What's the collective noun for larks?
Not a gaggle, larks. Do they make a lot of noise?
I think they do, yeah. Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why this, yeah. So I think you're onto the right track there.
Okay, now I'm cheating, I'm Googling. Berry? Oh, no, exaltation. I just Googled, I cheated.
Yeah, you cheated. Well, that's a cool one though.
It's very religious. Think of a big group. Maybe it's the sound they make when they are together. It sounds maybe the music. It sounds like music.
Yeah, well, exaltation, maybe it has a religious origin, but I don't think of it as a religious word because it just means to be exalted. It just means to be like really, really happy, to feel, let's say, a little bit high.
Yeah.
You know, these days we wouldn't say I feel exalted, we'd say I feel high. Or, you know, happy. Yeah.
That's a good one. I should look for videos to listen to the larks. Maybe I will feel exalted too.
Here's one that I totally disagree with. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Okay.
This one is very uncreative. But what's the collective noun for worms?
I actually don't know.
It's a bunch. But that's crazy. It should be a bunch of flowers, right?
No. Yeah.
That doesn't make much sense to me.
I don't like it.
No,
is that the only noun for the only collective noun for worms? Maybe there's something else.
Well, it's the only one. I'm not looking at different enough sites. Maybe it's the one I have. I can't see any others on the site I have. Yeah.
Okay, I'm cheating. Collective noun.
Yeah.
I'm looking see if there's an alternative. Somebody must have come up with something more interesting. A bed of worms.
That makes sense.
Clat, C-L-A-T. What's a clat?
What is a clat? Yeah. A clat is.
Maybe old English word because I don't.
Are you sure it's not a coat of worms? A clat of worms, really? That's wow.
C-L-A, yeah. That's an no. Oh.
What is that word?
Okay, a clot or clod. A clat is a clot or clod. C-L-O-D as of dirt or dung. Okay. It's a dirty condition, a mess. Okay. So it makes sense.
That makes sense.
I don't like worms that much. So a clat of worms.
Okay, here's a great one. What's the collective noun for cats?
I never think. I never a meow of cats.
I like that one. Well, okay. This is specifically for wild cats, not house cats.
Okay.
But the collective noun for wild cats or feral cats is a destruction of cats.
I love it.
Yeah.
If you watch horror movies with cats destroying, like descending on you, wild cats descending. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. Nice. Let me see. Ladybugs have been done. What about ravens? Nobody likes ravens very much.
Oh,
and
wait.
unkindness.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and unkindness. Nobody likes them.
I like ravens. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know much
I
about them.
don't
I like to see
them.
them. You know, in Thailand they have a kind of raven. It doesn't look like the European raven. It's not all black. It has this sort of red head and a red tail, but it's basically very similar to a raven. Beautiful birds. I love to see them.
Oh, okay. I read somewhere that this little girl was feeding this raven every has a little bird's I don't know what do you call that, the fountain, and they have food. She has food, and this raven supports her comes every day to feed at her what I want to say nest, but it's not a nest. I can't think of the word right now. And the raven comes back with little trinkets or things that it picks up, like even a piece of glass, a little toy and leaves them behind for the girl. So
Oh
I
wow.
guess people don't like them because they're known as thieves and they steal things or they pick at things. So, but this raven, because it's fed every day by the little girl for years, he wanted to reward the girl and brought back little trinkets for her, little things that he picks up. So I think that's cute.
That is cute.
So yeah.
Okay,
Also,
I found a couple of cool ones. Let me see. Where's that one I had? Oh no! Why have I lost it? Wait. Oh no! I've lost what I was just had. Where has it gone? Okay, I'll come back to you.
I might have an. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I might have an. What? Tell us.
Well, I know I don't know why I just lost it. I had it right there and now it's gone.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I've got another one that's not because I was curious what the collective noun for nightingales would be. And it's called a watch of nightingales. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, they're watching at night, I guess. Okay, we got one more song request. Guess who I saw today for Mana Nui, who's from Hawaii. That's nice. Guess who I saw today by Nancy Wilson. So I'm sending that to you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I found a good one.
Oh, lots of songs. Okay, tell us.
Okay, do you know what a collective noun for a buffalo is?
It's not a herd.
Well, I guess there could always be a herd, but no. You have a herd of bison, a herd of many things, a herd of antelope, but no.
Yeah.
For buffalo,
for
buffalo, there's two, and one of them is fantastic. One of them is an obstinacy of buffalo.
That's really good. Okay. What's the other one? Was there another one for buffalo?
The other one is a gang, which doesn't make so much sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think did they use a gang?
I'm surprised that donkeys aren't called obstinacy or a stubbornness. But they're not.
They're just called what? A drove?
Yeah, a drove, a herd, a pace. Yeah.
That's standard. Okay. How about rabbits? Do rabbits have a collective noun?
Rabbits have loads. Yeah.
Yeah.
A colony, a warren, a nest, a down. Oh, that's a down for hares. Yeah. Many.
Yeah, they're divided into what? General, domestic hares, jackrabbits, husk jackrabbits. That's cute.
Yeah.
Wow. There must be a prevalence of rabbits, so somebody's decided to name them.
Okay, now what is
alligators? What about alligators?
I think it's a basque. Is that right?
A congregation.
A congregation. Oh, there's one that's a basque.
Okay.
Let me see. Maybe it's crocodiles. Maybe I've got the wrong one.
They're not very different.
Okay, Yeah, so that's right.
Snout, right?
Crocodile is a basque of crocodiles, or of lizards. So you can have, that's a nice one, a basque of lizards, because you can sort of see them bathing in the sun, right? Basking in the sun.
Yeah,
A basque of
yeah,
lizards or a
yeah.
basque
That's a
of
good one.
crocodiles.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like that. Let me see. Oh, caterpillar. Oh, you know, I just saw one, a nuisance of cats. General cats in general.
What's that?
You thought about a nuisance of cats, just not cats in general. Somebody
Okay.
must not like cats, so the person who came up with it, we didn't like cats.
Okay, here's the reason I wanted to look up magpies is because my dad is a real bird lover, and he would always tell me about different birds. And magpies are, magpies. It's very rare to see them in groups. So you always see a solitary magpie, and there are, in England anyway, in Europe I think there are superstitions about what it means if you see more than one magpie. If you see two or three. So.
Is that omen or something of bad luck?
Well,
Or?
yeah, it's just basically you normally only ever see one, but but you because they don't collect very much. But there are names for different numbers of them. So, for example, it's considered lucky to see two magpies. So, can you guess what? So, can you guess what a collection?
Two.
Yeah, well, just two. Yeah, or more, two or more. So, yeah, the collective now two magpies is a joy of magpies. And three magpies, yeah. And three magpies is a tiding or a charm. So yeah.
Three may be the one that's bringing tidings of.
Yeah, right.
Tidings is good, right? A charm. That's a very nice one.
Lucky charm, yeah. Those are nice ones.
Yeah. In this site I just came across, it says a gulp of magpies.
A gulp. A gulp.
Yeah, a gulp.
Okay.
Anyway.
I wonder how many that is.
Yeah, not sure.
Okay. So I was just saying there should be a stubbornness of donkeys, but in actual fact, there's a stubbornness of rhinoceroses.
Oh, rhino stubborn?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe a stubbornness of rhinoceroses.
Yeah. Here's one for peacocks. I think that's quite obvious.
Oh, a dance? No, a fan?
Ostentation.
An ostentation.
Work. Yes.
Wow, that's a cool
display. One. Yeah, that's really good. That's really apt.
Okay, here's one that I find hard to believe is old. But do you know what a collection of rattlesnakes is?
A nest, a nettle. I don't want to know.
A Roomba.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a dance. A Roomba.
Well, a Roomba is got shakers, isn't it? It's percussion.
Yeah, the shaking.
I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, because of that rattle, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. Makes sense, but
yeah, it's a strange one.
Makes them too cute. I'm just looking. What a hoot! We're having fun. What about geese? We know gaggle, a bloat, a tower of, a skulk of foxes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Apparently it's a skulk. It's a Scandinavian word, or it came from a Scandinavian word, and it generally means to wait, lurk, stealthily. Since foxes have a reputation for being sneaky, so that's good.
Right.
Skulk.
Here's one that's slightly strange, but also makes sense in a way. A walk of snails. Because they definitely don't run. They definitely don't run. They go slow. No. They go slow.
A stroll. How about a stroll of snails?
That would be better. That would be better. I like that. We should petition. We should petition to change the name of a group of snails to a stroll.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, I love this. Endless fun. A crash of rhinos. Something about rhinos just now.
It was a stubborn. I saw a stubbornness of rhinos, but like we said, you know, some of these are accepted, even scientifically used, but others are not at all. You know, so some are quite archaic or just let's say, you know, informal, very informal.
Yeah. Oh, what's the noun collective noun for emus?
Oh, I don't know.
Australian or New Zealand? A mob of emus.
A mob. Do you know? Sorry.
You know, doesn't say why. But there's a picture. I'm looking here. A picture of an emu with a hat and dressed like a mob boss.
A charm of hummingbirds.
Oh, okay, that's nice. I love hummingbirds.
I love hummingbirds. They're so cute.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's a funny one.
Okay, that's a good one. Which one?
A scold of jays. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, very nice. Hey, I'm trying to be more funny ones. A sleuth of bears.
A sleuth of bears.
Yeah.
That's a strange one.
Yeah, I wonder why. It doesn't say either. Maybe they're curious bears. We always see them popping up from here and there. So they're searching for clues and things.
Oh, here's a beautiful one. Can you guess what the collective noun for butterflies is?
A berry? A flutter.
Ah, you got it. That's one. Okay, so a flutter, that's a beautiful one. And there's another beautiful one. I don't think you'll guess. A kaleidoscope of butterflies.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh, that's so amazing. I love it. A kaleidoscope of butterflies. Oh. Wow, yes. Well done. Maybe we should research who came out with these names, these nouns.
I don't know. But yeah, the sites I'm looking at some of them have a little bit of information, but not necessarily that much information. Here's one that we can maybe all sympathize with. What's a collection of mosquitoes called?
Oh gosh, a buzz.
well, there's two. The more common one is a swarm of mosquitoes, like lots of insects. Lots of insects. Well, there's another one.
Swarms.
There's another one which is a scourge of mosquitoes.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, then a plague of locusts.
Plague of locusts, yeah.
Those
all right, I think maybe should we just do like let's do two more each because we've done loads and loads and loads. What do you think?
Okay.
All right. So let's pick some good ones and try and end on a high note. All right.
What about turtle doves? I found one.
Oh really? Oh, tell me.
A P-I-T-I-N-G. A pitting. Well, I don't understand why.
P-E-T.
Of P-I-T-Y-I-N-G.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Pitting of turtle doves. I wonder why. I'm just going to Google why. Because they sound sad.
Oh, their call sounds a little bit sad. It does sound a little bit sad. Yeah, that makes sense. Some sense to me.
So a pitting of the. Okay, that's sad.
Okay, well we had so I'm going to give you a clue. So we had a walk of snails, and then this one is much more obvious. Do you know what a collection of salmon is called?
Salmon?
Yeah.
Oh, I eat them. Well, I used to, but I cheated. A run.
Yeah, a run. Well, because that's what they do. They run upriver. Yeah.
Well, why would you call? Well, yeah, I suppose they are like.
Well, no, that's that's what they call it. The salmon run. You know, a salmon run is their migration back home. You know, back to where they were born. It's called a run.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, one more each.
reindeer is a herd. How about, let me see, we've done stingray. We've done quite a few. How about toads? What about toads?
I don't know. Go ahead.
A knot of toads.
A knot of toads.
Knot. Yeah, or a nap, K-N-B. I don't know. Nap of a knot.
Okay.
It doesn't conjure anything for me. I mean, it doesn't. A knob. I'm just googling. But look at nap. Have you found something funny?
Well, I don't know if it's funny. It could be considered funny. Yeah, I like this one. Well, can you guess what the collective noun for vulture? Don't look it up. Can you guess what the collective noun for vultures is?
They're always waiting and hanging around.
Well, they have different ones. So they have different ones for when they're feeding and for when they're waiting around. Yeah, resting and when they're flying. So they have some different ones. But the one that I particularly like is for when they're feeding.
A frenzy vultures.
I know. It's even better.
When they're feeding.
Yeah, well, but it's even better. It's a wake of vultures.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, a wake is like a funeral service, isn't it? A funeral ceremony, right? But their other ones
are waiting.
For when they're flying, it's a kettle, and when they're resting, waiting around in trees, it's a committee.
I like a committee. Yeah, committee is good. A wake, makes sense because always associated with this. You know the Tibetans. There's certain cultures that leave your bone. You know, when a person passes away, they leave their bones in the mountains for vultures to come and pick them clean.
Yeah.
So that conjures when you said awake of vultures. Yeah, that conjures out there me. But they're quite regal animals, maybe. Oh, wow. Okay, cool one. Didn't know that.
All right. Should we say we've done enough? Let's say I think we've done enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that was a lot. People are probably. People's brains are probably burning now.
Okay, so and we've got the couple of song requests. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all the song requests.
Yeah, and thanks for all the enlightening nouns of different animals.
I think
we just have to put it on the board.
I think this is working out. I think we should just keep going silly when we get back in the studio next week and forever onwards. Why not?
Yeah. Let's find funny, silly things like this. It makes us things that make us smile.
Yeah, I like it.
Take us through the day. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks, LiLi. Let's say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, it's time to say goodbye.
All right.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. Oh, is that copyrighted?
What was that?
Yeah, it was from a kids show, the Mickey Mouse show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they always sang that song, and then you spell out Mickey.
Okay.
Oops, okay, maybe copyrighted. Yeah. We're sorry to say goodbye, but we'll see you next Sunday back in the studio.
Okay, look forward to that. All right, so from us, Relax Time Radio on Radio Talent Chiang Mai 93.25 FM. See you next time. Tomorrow is Women Only with Jacqueline and Meredith, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye.